Okay, Martha Brennan, we're all here in this room, in the storm chaser room, and you're not here. So where are you?
I'm in Wichita this weekend, and we have another track meet, so that's kind of what Saturday looks like. And so sorry I'm not with all of you today, but this will be our second best option.
Tell us a little bit about you first before we talk about last Saturday. Coach, how did you get to SNU?
Well, God acts in mysterious ways,
Yeah.
right? I was down the street at a different university, and things changed, and I'd always wanted to work at a private institution, so this opportunity came up because Coach Miller, we knew each other
Okay.
through the coaching system.
Yeah.
And he said you guys had a need, and I said SNU. I don't know anything about SNU. So I came over and met Danny and Dr. Newman and really, really enjoyed everything everybody had to say.
Fantastic. So I understand you have some history yourself as a track and field athlete. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I competed for LSU.
Okay.
I grew up in Minnesota, so that was a bit of a change.
Yeah, no kidding.
But had a lot of success at the high school level, and then was recruited out of college, going into college. So I end up at LSU, and from there, that's one of the perennial powers in track and field in the world. National championships, and then from there I went to coach at the University of Iowa, where I was still training. So
Okay.
my ultimate goal was to make an Olympic team.
Right.
But as you get closer to what that looks like, I knew that the Olympic trials would be a better fit. I was a top 10 type of athlete,
Yeah.
not a top 3.
What was your sport?
Heptathlon.
Heptathlon.
So in track and field, you got to be in the top 3 to make the Olympic team.
Yeah.
So my finish that year with best was top 13 and top 50 in the world, but not top 3 in the U.S.
Yeah, gotcha.
So anyway, so I competed for a long time. Went to Texas A&M, continued coaching and competing. We won a Big 12 championship there.
Wow.
Finished competing through 2 more Olympiad cycles after 2 kids.
Yeah.
And then went to River Falls, Wisconsin. We had 2 more kids, and I stopped training at that point, but then we won a national championship there. So track just kept on going, and then into Oklahoma, at Central Oklahoma.
And I've been around here a long time, the energy in track and field at SNU is at a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, describe the team. I mean, at one time we were talking about your kids that are and they needed track shoes, for crying out loud. So here we got a program that's growing like crazy. How many do you have on a team, by the way?
Well, we're not where we want to be yet, but we've got 50-some, a little under 60. I think once we get all the numbers that we want, it'll be probably closer to 70, maybe 80. But I'm a problem solver.
Yeah.
I love putting the pieces together, and when I first came to SNU, I knew that the pieces were right.
Yeah.
So you put the staff together, you get these events on the calendar, you start building equity with your community on what you're trying to do, and I think the events, even like the Crimson 5K, you've got to show people what you're capable of.
Right.
So then the buy-in gets more.
Yeah.
So to
build.
Yeah. So it's building all these pieces and putting the pieces in place, and along the way you've got to have some successes so people buy in.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've been around long enough that I, as a parent, as a spectator, as a coach, as a competitor, as a track meet, I know what every constituent wants.
Right.
So I try to provide that for everybody in the room. I want everybody in the room to have an experience that they're supposed to have.
Yeah.
And not just sometimes people just focus on one.
Yeah.
But I genuinely want every family member to enjoy whatever part of the day that is there for them.
Right. Fantastic. Well, it shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this text from you saying, hey, can you help raise money? And people in this room, thank you everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Raised the money to buy the lunches for the officials last Saturday at OU at the Mosier Center.
Yeah.
In, I didn't know this, but SNU's first invitational track and field meet that we put on.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was blown away. So how did you so quickly get so much participation, and describe that, would you?
Well, things don't happen overnight. You know, I knew in the fall that we needed to host a meet because without revealing all of our budget numbers, you know, the budget isn't going to work for what I want to do.
Yeah.
You've referenced my different successes, and it's not my successes. It's just my ability to get people involved and to tell our story.
Well, a couple of people I know around here have described you as a force of nature. Seems to me like you've done a lot in a short period of time. So let's talk about this track.
We had 20-something names listed.
Yeah.
You know, some teams bring full teams, and some teams bring partial
Right.
teams. So, but the it's about who comes.
Yeah.
You know, West Texas A&M was there. They're a top 5 team in the country year in, year out.
Yeah.
San Angelo,
Was
top
there?
tier country. They're a top 10 team
Yeah.
typically. Tarleton. So you have very talented teams that came, and
And how many total athletes?
we had over 500.
It's
Mhm.
amazing. I hope in this presentation this morning I can figure out how to show you a picture I took.
Oh.
I mean, the place was full of athletes
These things happen because of
Sure.
years of relationship.
because they trust you.
And we're in a great location. There's a lot of Texas schools that don't want to go 4 more hours to
Right.
a Pitt State or to a Washburn
Right.
for indoor opportunities. But
Yeah.
you know what we really need, Doug? We need our own indoor facility.
Yeah.
Our own indoor facility.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what Oklahoma City needs.
Okay. I believe you.
Yeah.